Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
Let me tell you something. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too.
Salutations to folks. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation. Moving full speed ahead, getting to know some amazing, amazing people, having some amazing conversations, getting all up in their life, but not too personal, having good conversations that help us grow. We learn about each other, help edify each other. It's going really good, and we are loving it. Having said that, I have someone else that you need to meet. This young man caught my eye because if you can see eggs and hips. So he is just really a beautiful young man, and I can't wait for us to talk to him and get to know him even more. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dominique Drvco.
Hi, bro. How you doing?
Pretty good. My allergies are going crazy today, but I'm making it through.
You looking good doing it.
Thank you. So do you. You look like you came from the gym.
Thank you. I had to clean up for you.
Oh, you always look like this. You do. Listen, I look at your pages a lot, so I had to get approval to do this video. I had to send it to my boyfriend, like, okay, I'm getting ready to. I'm joking. But I did send it to him, like, I'm getting ready to do him. My boyfriend was like, ooh.
Well, I am honored.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. So I came across you first on social media on Instagram. Then I found your Twitter, and you are a little bit of a social media anomaly because you like your anonymity. You post only a few things, slay the boys and girls, and then disappear. Why? When you have that body?
You know, I'm really like in real life. I'm like really shy, and I'm not really used to the attention. Yeah. So when like I get so much of it, it's just like overwhelming. And I like to honestly keep my mystique, and I'm just a private person. Like, so I just, give just enough, but not too much.
You know what's so crazy? You would never believe I'm a private person.
Really?
Yeah, never. I'm actually an introvert.
Me too.
I love to stay inside.
I'm a Cancer. So I'm a home.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a homebody.
Yeah, you know what it was? My life just made me that way because I'm a Libra. So, we're show ponies, but things that happened in my life just kind of made me say, I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing. And I mean, it's kind of funny because I do this grand show. I make music. I do a lot of things. I speak. I do a lot of stuff. Inspiration, TikTok. I'm giving them all, all the sunders. And then I just disappear. I go retreat in my room. The room is dark, and I'm laying in the bed talking to my boyfriend on the phone. And I'm not really an actual real life show pony. When I was younger, I was very interested in fame. Isn't it funny how when you don't have fame, you're interested in it? Then when you do have it, you don't want it.
Absolutely.
But it serves its purpose. Because I was just going to say this to you too. I noticed that you have a business. I noticed that you sell apparel. Okay. So the thing is with that, you kind of have to be out here and keep your presence, because what it is all the attention that you're getting, you got social media influencers who would kill for it.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because I was dating this guy, and he was just like, why do you take social media so serious? Like, and I'm very big on like my privacy and, integrity and stuff like that. And social media is like this landscape is the wrong place for that. Like integrity and privacy, it doesn't do anything for you on social media. So I'm kind of getting more in the swing of trying to put myself out there, more, which is why when you, hit contacted me, I was like, oh my God, I need to do this because people don't, I know people message me all the time, like, we never even heard your voice.
Right.
Because I'm just so shy. So I guess, you know, with my apparel, whatever, which start off as like a waste product, which is gonna like branch off into other things, I gotta put myself out there more. Like I gotta start, you know, getting to the mix.
Yeah. And you know what I love about it too, Dominique, is that you can put yourself out there on social media and still have a very private life.
Absolutely.
Like, get this. I have 22,000 pieces of content that I've created for the internet, and now it's hundreds more.
Yeah.
But get this, my favorite food, my favorite color, my sister's name, my brother's name, my mother's name, my father's name, where I went to school, what I majored in college. No one knows.
No one.
No one knows. So, you know, I kind of tell people, be careful when you see people talking, because we can talk and tell you nothing.
Absolutely.
And I'm a very open person. I share my triumphs, I share my trials and tribulations, but I still keep a level of anonymity.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, like even with these interviews, they're not really interviews, they're conversations, because I don't ask really deep questions, because like I said, when I was younger, I wanted fame. Now that I have it, and now that my brand is larger, I realize that fame is merely a tool.
Yeah.
It's to get you from one point to another. And when you have a brand such as that, this is that and the other, you have to put yourself out there, because get this, social media, as you know, was not created for fun.
It wasn't.
It was created by businesses to market their products. And each one of these social media influencers out here, there's some that are very, very savvy. Shout out to Big Sexy Official, very, very savvy. Shout out to, what's her name? I see her face, but I don't know her name. Well, there's many others that have parlayed it. An empire where they actually sell products, and Tokyo Styles, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh my God, me and Tokyo is actually from the same state.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah. See, look at that, see, sphere of influence. But they've turned it into a real powerful marketing tool. And all of us, you know, when you start social media, and you know, because when I started, I wasn't a business owner, I didn't have LLCs and all of that. But as I got into it and I started to learn more and take business courses behind the scenes and talk to business people, I realized that all of this right here is to get your customer to the point of sale.
Yeah.
Because honestly, your customers don't buy your products.
Yeah.
They buy you.
Absolutely.
So I find that, and you have something that a lot of people don't have. They want to see you.
Yeah. Because
of your shape, because of what you wear, because of how you are. There is a mystique. And get this, you won't kill your mystique talking. You won't kill your mystique marketing your product. Because one thing I notice about you is when you take pictures, you're alone. So you're not falling out of clubs. It's not this random guy, that random guy. So you still maintain a certain level of integrity, mystique, and privacy.
Absolutely.
And that is so important in this day and age, because literally social media changed the game in everything. In my business of entertainment, it changed the game. You have singers such as myself, you have singers that have been able to get out to the world and market their music and sell their music and never have to dart the door of a record label.
Absolutely. Yeah, like with Soulja Boy, like didn't he start off like on YouTube or something? Yeah, like social media is definitely a platform.
It's very powerful. And once you have it, keep it, harness it, because you do. Like I was looking at photos on your page, and they're limited. I was looking at photos on your page to see which one I would use for the thumbnail. I selected a video.
Really?
So, yeah, it's going to play. Like it's going to play in the whole advertisement. And I selected a sick photo for the thumbnail on YouTube.
Okay.
Because, you know, people don't realize that everything about you, excuse me, my allergies, everything about you is marketable.
Yeah.
And I mean anyone. Everything about us is marketable.
Absolutely.
People will tell you, oh, you're such a social media whore. You always want attention, and this is that and the other. And it's like, baby, do you know that Naomi Campbell wouldn't be Naomi Campbell if she didn't focus on how she looked?
Absolutely. Yeah.
She made hundreds of millions of dollars based on her beauty.
Yeah.
Why do we call it the beauty industry?
Right.
You see, so you like, she was very savvy. Shout out to Naomi Campbell, because she really,
Icon.
yes, icon, legend. Like
there would never be a greater.
No, never again. Too many girls. They try to walk like her, but I tell them, baby, walk like yourself. Find your own walk. Find your own walk, because you'll never do that. You'll never be able to do that. You'll never be able to touch that. You'll never be able to touch that. But a lot of people don't realize that the power of this thing, beauty, sex appeal, intellect, all of these things. I used to run with a group, because I was early in my career. I was going to sign to a major label, and then I'm so glad I didn't, because I came into my own. They like to develop you. They like to tell you what you're going to have.
But you already knew who you were.
Exactly. And I waited. And, I realized that if I didn't know who I was, if I didn't say to myself and get frustrated and say to the gatekeepers, you guys keep trying to keep me out, that's okay. I'll make mine over here. Right. I'll build my bonfire across from y'all. And I guarantee you my bonfire going to be seen over y'all's, and it's going to be hotter. Like, I got angry because so many people kept trying to take me out of the game, take me out, do this, do that. And I've had some people do some really shady shit to me behind the scenes, but I stopped getting angry because I noticed that everything that they were doing was to stop me from leading my customers to a point of sale.
Yeah.
That's all it was. They didn't want me to make money. And that's what they kept trying to attack here and there.
Do you think it's because they saw your power, like, on your potential, or what you can do?
Well, you know what's so funny? I'm a firm believer that your haters will know who you are before you ever even come into the realization.
I agree, like 100%. Because me personally, I'm aware of who I, what I possess. But people, like, when they see it or whatever, some people would not like you simply because of the energy that you radiate and the love that you receive. And to me, I'm so used to it because I'm a good person. I'm a loving person. So before the looks, for anything, like, I'm just a good person on the inside. So people just gravitate toward me. And I just had people throughout my life just not like me just because. And I just had to, just chop it up as, you just can't take it.
Yeah. And Dominique, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
They can't take it. They can't handle it.
I
had a famous celebrity write me one line years ago when I was on YouTube, because I sing in covers with this beautiful soprano voice, and literally wrote one line and said, "I love everything about you." And then launched a hate campaign against me for 16 years. But get this, that one line still stands out to me because that person saw in me what they were not.
Yes, absolutely.
And that they wished that they were.
Because some people act like they're that. So when a person who is actually that walk in the room, they get sick.
Yep. All their confidence, all their
they just shrink because they know that the real deal is here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be exposed.
And that's what it was. And that's what it was for a long time. I wasn't going to work in Hollywood. I didn't want to go anywhere near where they were and all of those things. But Hollywood keep calling me, asking me to do things. So I'm like, okay, all right. Because my thing is, I used to be uber polite.
Yeah.
And kind. And then my grandmother named me the Queen of Shade. And she said, bitch, you got to live into this. You got to chop this up. And she's like, your shade is not really to tear down another person. It's to build them up, but it's to protect you.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to protect me. I had to learn how to fight when I didn't want to fight. Because I didn't want to fight. And my fighting wasn't physicality. I had to learn how to fight with my mind. Okay, they're throwing these weapons at me. How do I stay 2 steps ahead of them? How do I avert their gaze? How do I get around this? How do I go above it, under, through it? And I learned. And the thing was, I sit here today so thankful for my haters, because if they hadn't have gone as far as they went and pushed me to the limit, I would not be what I am today, because we have a habit as people of becoming comfortable. Once we hit a level that we feel we're comfortable, we take our foot off the gas. But the divine didn't want me to take my foot off the gas. The divine wanted me to keep on applying that pressure to that pedal and getting out here. And it's so crazy because I look, even what I've done, you can literally have a career outside of Hollywood and be just as famous out here.
Yeah.
And get it. A lot of film companies, they don't like social media because it stole so many dollars from the box office.
Yeah.
It was like, you could turn around and you can get your own production team and produce your own show, put it on YouTube, put it on IGTV, IG Live, Facebook Watch.
I promise you, I watch Facebook Watch, Red Table Talk, all them shows more than I do movies and TV now.
Exactly. And
absolutely.
They never thought that would happen.
Yeah.
But the power is now in the hands of the creators.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. So it's kind of funny that we started talking this way, because I just, sometimes the divine, I'm a shaman. So sometimes the divine will just give me messages to say to my guests, but yeah, don't be afraid to use your power and use your influence, because that's what you are. Whether or not they've ever heard your voice, you already influence so many.
Yes. I swear, like when people message me and be like, and I don't know how, but I touch people or whatever, and they message me and they say the most kind things, and that really makes me smile more than anything or whatever. And they just like, I notice how sweet you are, how kind you are, and you influence me to, start working out or eat better. And I'm just like, oh my God, like people really rock with me. And I think that is just so beautiful.
And get it, you can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can make a lot of money. And get it, is that you picking up something you're not? Is that
absolutely
being inauthentic? You are getting praised for being yourself. That's it. You are getting praise and attention for just being you.
And that was always something that I was super cautious about, because with social media, if you don't know who you are, you will lose you will become something that you're completely not, do things that you would never do. And you would literally disrespect your own boundaries.
Yes.
And that's something that I can't be that.
Yeah, you just said that, and I want to highlight that. If you're not careful with social media and you don't know who you authentically are, you will go too far.
Yes.
Because your attitude is, I gotta keep until what do they want to see? What do they want to see? And I have a baby, my nephew, who I help raise.
Oh,
yeah, his name is
love kids.
Yeah, but no, he's 21 now.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be 40 in September.
What?
Yes, I'll be 40 in
September. Amazing.
Thank you. Listen, protect your energy.
Yeah.
Protect your energy.
At all. It's good at night.
No, but I always tell him, because like he's very talented. He's a talented musician and artist and rapper, and he comes to TikTok, and it was the same way with me. For years, I just let it sit. I couldn't get the hang of it, and now I have, and I'm just burning through their algorithm now, because they can't take me. They can't keep up with me. Mm-hmm. So like he'll say to his following, well, what do you guys want to see? And I constantly correct him, and I tell him, you are the thought leader. You create what they don't even know they want to see, and they will
give them what they need.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And get it, you create it by just being yourself. That was my attitude. It was like, I didn't care what other people wanted to see. I put me out here, and I said to myself, y'all are going to watch it.
Absolutely.
And that's confidence. That's not arrogance. That's confidence, knowing and believing in yourself that you are just as viable as anyone else out here, and that what the divine has innately given you will cause you to shine. And I find that doesn't ring true with people that don't know who they are, because there is room for all of us. Mm-hmm. We truly are brands. Each and every one of us. We could have we can share customers. They can come to you for a reason, and then come to me for a reason. And we have the same customer base.
Yes.
And it be okay. I tell people all the time, we love Beyonce. Oh, hail the queen. We love her. But when Kelly Rowland puts out an album, we listen, we buy. We support. When Michelle Williams puts out an album, we listen, we buy, we support. When Doja Cat puts out, it's the same fans.
Same rules apply.
No,
Yeah.
like it's the same fans. You can like more than one person. You can support more than one person. You can even stand if that's your thing. You can stand for more than one person. So I love that we're talking about the business side of everything, because you really have something quite special. And literally, it's now that we speak to you, now that we hear how intelligent and intellectual and driven you are, and professional. You have a very polished way of thinking and a way of presenting that most people wouldn't realize, without hearing you speak. Yeah. But I venture to say this, in your pictures, they're really well done too. So they're polished. So
I'm very aesthetically driven. Like,
yes, there's a class there. There's a sophistication there. And we live for it. We live for it.
My thing, like, I used to talk to guys and they would like, really, they would take what I did, or, as far as my photographs or whatever, as me being like, you can just like come at me sexually. Right. You know what I mean? The way I see it is art, so art is very subjective. What you might see as something sexual or pornographic, I see it as artistic. Yeah. And when you naked on social media, I don't care. Yeah. Respect due to a dog. Like, you don't get to disrespect me because I'm naked.
Yes. I love that personality and that trait, because a lot of us are like that. I've seen a lot of men that are even in the adult porn industry, and they're at
respect.
Yeah, just because you see me doesn't mean
I'm at work. Like, I'm at work, but I'm still a human being, and you still should respect me as such.
Yeah, that's such a good point. That is such a good point, that just because a person is naked or half naked, showing off, like I literally say this about people, I use it, it's my pun. I'll say, oh, you have great assets. Mm-hmm. But it's true. They do have great assets. And for me, since 2003, so I want to say, like, oh my God, something like 22, 23 years, a little less than that, about 20, 21 years, I've been promoting Black and Latin men on every platform.
I know that about you.
Yeah, it was MySpace first, then Facebook, then what was that? And then Instagram, and the only place I've yet to do that is Twitter. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna just be honest, because my Twitter I like the freak Twitter, so I just use my Twitter. Yeah, I just use my Twitter to go in there and see what the boys are doing.
What the boys is up to.
Yeah, and I follow their OnlyFans and do all of that stuff. But like, what I love is that this is a business, and a lot of people don't realize social media is a business. Yeah. These people posting their cats doing crazy stuff. They didn't just post their cat just because he was cute. They posted them because they're getting brands and things that are approaching them.
People love animals.
Yeah, yeah.
Goodness, that is such a good, that's a good business. If your animal gets viral or something like that, people are going to be all on it.
But you know what else they love?
What?
Black and Latin men.
They really do. And that's what I love about you, because a lot of the times I had to stop working with certain underwear brands because for me to promote their things or whatever. I would go on their page, I wouldn't see no Black and brown men, none. And I just didn't like that. Like, I'm like, don't do that, because I like to see myself, I like to see my people or whatever. I don't want to feel like I'm like a token Black person that's like, good, just polished enough for you to, put on your page. I don't like that. So I had to start working with a lot of people, because I'm for my people. I'm for Black people, for brown people. And I feel like we deserve the same things, you know?
We deserve the recognition and the shine because we invented this shit.
We invented it. I promise you. I'm like, why did y'all act like, I don't get that. Like, literally the trendsetters, the innovators, like, that's us. Yep. And I feel like we deserve our just dues. And if I feel like your company isn't, reflecting that, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So that's a great segue there. So you got fed up with not seeing yourself. But before we segue, I went all the way to Paris as a model when I was 22.
Oh my God.
Do you know, I was there 6 months. Do you know they told me, we don't have a Black market here because Black people don't wear our clothes.
Really? Mm-hmm. What? Mm-hmm. I thought Be more inclusive.
Well, get it. Since then, that was 2005. Since then, people like Naomi Campbell, Leah Kabidi, Beverly Johnson, there's so many other, Pat Cleveland. They make sure they're so, Jessica White, they make as models, they make sure they are very vocal about, we need to see us. Because also, as far as businesses go, in the last 10 years, more Black people have started businesses and have successful businesses than ever before.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we need to appeal to us and that's the misconception, that Blacks don't have money, because it's literally our dollar that funds everything.
Yeah.
Black dollar is actually very, very powerful. Unfortunately, it doesn't recycle in our community, but that's because we've been brainwashed not to trust our own.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah. We've been trained.
A premium on white-owned things, white-owned businesses, white-owned luxury labels and stuff like that. It's beyond me.
Yeah, it's so sad, because while we're doing that and not supporting Black-owned businesses, our businesses are suffering.
Yeah.
We're not getting ahead. We'll never catch our counterparts if we don't support it. And, I love it. And this was the thing. I, like, even with my business, I'm for everybody. I have to be. I'm a citizen of the world.
Yeah.
I grew up in the suburbs, but I also had the inner city hood experience. Both of them made me who I am today. So, and I would not be who I am today without either one of them. I needed both. Absolutely. So it allows me to look at this world through the lens of luxury and poverty, and meet somewhere in the middle. And that's how I'm able to create my content. Everybody watches. I have the doctorate degree holders, and then I have the Walmart workers, and I have everybody. And that's because I trust my own, and I'm for my own. I have many friends, all different nationalities and walks and colors and creeds, but I'm for my own. I'm tired of people not acknowledging how brilliant we are.
Yeah.
We really are brilliant. We created rock and roll. We created so many things that they don't give us credit for, that they steal from us. And my thing is, it's not everyone. I always say this to my grandmother, because my grandmother grew up during the civil rights movement. She was born in 1947. So I tell her, every Black person isn't good and every white person isn't bad.
Yes, absolutely.
That's kind of how the barometer that I use. You're kind of innocent until proven guilty, but then when you prove guilty, I'm gonna shade your ass into oblivion. Yeah, so, but, we need to understand the importance of our power. And honestly, I'm starting to see it. Like, I'm starting to see it more in the influencers, because the influencers are talking, they're speaking out about it, because, so many times the influencers wanted to get the white dollar. Wanted to have the white sponsor because that meant longevity.
I promise you, like, I'm so for my people. Like, I'm from Nebraska, I was born and raised in Nebraska. So I've been dealing with like racism and, just a lot of race relations for a very long time. Yeah. So I always felt more comfortable in like Black spaces and like, with my people. And I just got so much love for my people. So I'm happy that a lot of the influencers has, stopped trying to be so
white.
Yeah, got back into formation.
Yeah, I love how you said back into formation.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna take a village. We all need to be doing it. It's like Captain Planet, by our powers combined. We all need to be doing it. We all need to focus. It's the only way we get ahead. And it's sad because, even when I was entering music years ago, they always told me, these people buy records. These people listen for free on the internet. And I'm like, and get it. I wanted to disprove them. I wanted to say, no, my people have my back. And my people didn't. My people didn't. They wanted to listen on, and this was before you could get paid for streaming and things, get paid for streaming and stuff like that. But even then, the streaming services gouge the creator. You turn around and you charge $19 to $22 to $25 for our service, where they can listen to our music unlimited any time of the day or night, no matter what country. And you want to charge us a penny per stream, or give us a penny per stream.
ridiculous.
Exactly. We are seeing a shift because the artist, the artistic mentality, the age of Aquarius, the feminine mind, which is the talent, the creation, is like, we need to take this back. So
Right.
that's what's going on now. And I'm seeing, and I'm so excited. There are so many young creators rising, and especially the ones that are African American. I notice that we all do the same thing. We're all about empowerment. We're all about, listen, you can do it. We're all about authentic selves. We all watch each other. And that is so, so good. And, you know, a lot of other people are watching us too. There were a lot, like I had some influencers that I followed and they were like, yo, this person stole my content. This person stole my content. So I started doing stuff about how to protect your content through your LLC and through your trademark and things like that. But it is, this world is ours. We always, like, there was an actress and I can't remember her whole real name, but she played Maxine Shaw on Living Single.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I gotta get her.
Oh, the dark skinned woman?
Yes, I gotta get her name. Hold on. Because I will not, hold on. Maxine Shaw, and I will get her real name. Living Single, Erica Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
That's her. She did see, and that's even a thing. The talking, you can just Google real quick, you know. But Erica Alexander, she did an interview. It was like back in like 2005 or 2007, and she was like, the question was a bizarre question, you know, why don't Blacks see themselves in the future? And she was like, honey, we are the future. We created it. What do you mean we don't see ourselves in the future? We are the future.
Right.
You know, and I love when people open up because, you know, and this is another thing. Shout out to every single actor, model, singer, brand, merchandiser, everybody that has been able to play in that world. Right. Because there are guidelines you have to live by to make your coin and to get your check. But I love that the first available moment that they can support their own, they support their own.
Yes.
No, because yes, you do have to work. But even for me, like I don't do a lot of brand to brand deals and stuff like that. Because I'm just not for that. Like I create my own content. My content is original. So I'm not really a brand ambassador because I don't see it as a permanent stream of income.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the idea of, okay, you were great last season and we loved you, but this season we're going to go in a different direction and now you don't have a check.
Right, yeah.
That scares me. That's why I don't do it. It scares me because I grew up poor. So I want to make sure that I have, you know, long-term repeat customers, you know, financial wealth and stability. I can't do a check here, a check there. I make 6 figures this year and then next year I'm 5 figures.
Right.
Because the same brands didn't pick me up, or let's face it, or because they expected you to sell a certain amount of their product. And then when you didn't, because, oh, you got this great following. Oh, and when you didn't sell it, then they chop your bonuses and stuff. Right. So I didn't want to get into that game. And I didn't. I stayed in my lane. I created my lane. I blazed my lane and I created all original content. All of it. And my thing is the way that I did it, the industry told me, you'll never make it. You'll never succeed. You know, you're up against the machine. What were some of the other things? You're up against the machine. No one will ever hire you. There was a lot of other things. And I didn't care what they said. Being up against the machine, they didn't realize how much of a machine I was. Right. Because I worked for the last 6 years. My career, I've worked 20 years. But for the last 6 years on social media, I have worked myself, and I continue to do that. Yep. And I will do that. And the reason why I say that is because the way that we do it out here, you know, on the outside of the machine, takes longer. Mm-hmm. But it's a guaranteed check. Once you get past the horns of the bull and you slide around to the backside, it's smooth sailing. And that's why I try to get all of my people and my followers to understand the importance of the back end. Because, you know, people look at me like, this platform is new, it's been up since November, and they're like, oh, well, you don't have as many followers on this, you know, you don't have that many followers, da, 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 da. but I'm interviewing with famous fashion people, famous, movie people, commissioners, and this is that and the other. And they're like, and I'm like, y'all not paying attention? Why are these people saying yes to me?
Right.
Integrity, respect, true to authenticity, and my brand.
Because I promise you, I'm so shy, and I honestly did not want to. I never thought I was going to interview, but I was like, when I went through your social media, and I saw how much love you show Black and brown men, and just like your energy, just how your poise, I was just like, oh my God, I would love to do this, seriously.
I was more excited about talking to you. Yeah. I was like, oh, we're going to talk to the body. We're going to talk to the body. No, because it is insane. Okay, so let's stay right there. It's insane. Let's stay there. How often do you work out? And give us the nuts and the bolts, because that body wasn't built by just going to the gym and lifting no damn dumbbells.
Okay, so I gotta, let me think. I work out like, I would say 4 times a week.
Okay.
I work out like 4 times a week, but I'm always doing some type of activity, like whether it's like biking, cardio, outside. I'm always doing something because I'm such an active person.
Yeah.
So it just kind of happened. Like, honestly, people will be like, how did you even start working out? And like, I used to cut my mom's grass. Like, so I feel like the beginning of my work at my mom's house. So I don't know, like after I got out of a bad breakup, I just kind of wanted I needed something to kill time, to make me not think so much about it. Yeah. So I started working out, but I kept doing cardio. I kept running, just trying to like feel like be on E. So I didn't have nothing to think about. But then out of nowhere, I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I need to like, start. My dad is like a really big guy. So like, maybe I should start lifting weights. And then I started lifting weights, and I remember I had on some compression leggings or whatever. My sister was like, "What is that in your leg? What's that in your leg?" And it was my thigh, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like that's when like my eureka moment, like, "Oh my God, it's working!" And ever since then, it's just been like my thing to do. It's kind of like therapy for me. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke, so it's kind of like my way of therapy.
Yeah, I know. I used to work out really, really heavily before I started working on this 6 years ago. And it took a lot of my time. But I'm moving into a position in my life where as I move into new property, I'll be able to have I need my gym in my space. Like I need to be able to walk down the hall or walk downstairs and have my gym. And because one thing I do, I love to work out. I weigh about 170 now. When I was really working out, I think I weighed about 162 and I was benching 250.
Really?
Yes. Those days, hold on, I got pictures, honey. I got receipts. Yeah, like, and that was the thing, because I didn't realize, like, I learned how to work out from my guys, because I always attracted guys that were football players.
Yeah.
So I took a course also in college about weightlifting, and what I learned was, for what I was doing, I needed heavier weights and low repetition.
Mm-hmm.
And then how I balanced it out and kept my svelte or very shredded look was I did cardio after every workout. Never before. Yeah. Every workout. So it left me, especially being a model, it left me very ripped. And where's that picture? I think I was the biggest in this picture. It left me very svelte, but like very striated, like extremely striated. There it is. Is this? Yeah, this is the one.
Oh my God, you look great.
Thank you. And what I love here, this is the biggest I was.
You look so good.
Yeah, that was the biggest that I was.
You.
Thank you. So like, that's what, like, and that's what's so funny, because I laugh at people and they're like, oh, well, I look at what they're doing. I'm just like, honey, you have no idea. I worked out for almost 20 years of my life. 20 years of my life, like nothing, like it was nothing. Yeah. And then when I got busy with my brand, muscle memory, I'm still toned, but like, I can't wait to because also it was very therapeutic. It was balance those chemicals, and my music, I make music, so a lot of my songs were written during my workouts. Yeah, because I was in, up tempo mode and I'm working out, and then I would like, and what I loved was, I'm not a talker in the gym. I get in there and I And then after I'm done, we can have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take my phone, and as I'm working out, still in between my sets, something would come to me, and I just sing it into my voice recorder and just keep going and just keep going. So like, yeah, my first album, my first two albums written in the gym, and it just was so important to me. It was so important to me, and it still is. Healthy living, especially now that I'm turning 40 in September.
Yeah.
I just need more space. This townhome I've outgrown, and I've got wigs and dresses and my regular clothes, and my grandmother spoils me. So I've got all of these sneakers that I've never worn. I've got all these track suits I've never worn, and like all of this stuff. So I just need more space. And then once I have more space and everything is designated and I can have a room where I can actually work out, I'm gonna hit it. Because like my thing is, I don't go in there and play with the Bowflex. I'm not a Bowflex boy.
Yeah.
I'm in there.
Well, you look amazing regardless.
Thank you. And honestly, muscle memory, because I worked out for so long. And then, COVID hit and all that stuff. And I had to work through COVID because I was the voice of the public telling them you're going to make it through. Right. So that was my job. I was at this damn computer the whole year. I don't think I've been at this 6 years. I haven't taken a vacation yet. I haven't taken a vacation yet. And it's just because that's out here, outside of the machine, it becomes your life.
Yeah.
It becomes your life. And that is the sacrifice. You have to give yourself to it. But if you give yourself to it long enough, amazing returns will start to happen.
Short-term sacrifice for long-term paradise. It'd be something I really do not want to take no pictures. I don't want to do no content. But then I'm just like, Dominique, like, you know what you like shooting for, so just go ahead and knock it out real quick. Because I'm just such a homebody. And I'd be like, I gotta leave the house, take a picture. I don't feel like doing that.
But you know what it is? You are a homebody, but you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful, like you're beautiful, like, oh my God. And out of all of my guys, because I study their bodies, that's my thing. I know I can recognize one of my guys, and I have thousands of them. One of my black and brown guys, I can recognize them without a face or waist. I can look at the pecs and tell you each one who they are. I pay attention to the actual isolation of each muscle and how they built it. So with you, I've never seen anybody built quite like you.
Thank you. I get that so often, and it makes me so.
Yeah, but you said that your father was a big guy. So this is my question: is there Nigerian in there? Is there island in there? Because there has to be something.
I'm thinking it's something. I'm thinking it might be Nigerian, because like my family did an ancestry like chest test.
That's okay.
And it was like a percentage of Nigerian or whatever, because people always think I'm like African or something like that. When I tell them I'm from Nebraska, they mind me blown, because they swear I'm like Nigerian. I'd be on an island working out all day. I wish, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to really look into that.
Yeah, because like they're just different traits. All of my boys that are like really like Nigerian and Kenyans, they're thinner. It's the Nigerian boys that are like,
yeah.
Like it's so beautiful.
So when people be like, "Are you Nigerian?" I'm like, probably. I don't know.
She said probably. I don't know. But what it is though is you keep doing it. And my thing is this: I used to tell myself, and I tell all my guys, you work so hard to get it. Part of it is showing it off. Part of it is documenting it.
Yeah.
Because you'll always be in shape as long as you work out, but you're going to get older.
Yeah.
So you want to document your life. You want to document what's going on and how you look, so that you can do what I did at 40, pull out a damn picture.
Yeah.
And I keep them in my phone because it reminds me of what I did and what I can do again, So I want to segue real quick right there. You have a business of your own. Mm-hmm. Tell us what the name of your business is and what you do.
Well, basically it's called Drvco Apparel. And I started off with like this waist erase cream. It's sold out. But my thing with that is I'm the type of, it did really good. Mm-hmm. I'm not the type of person who is like A-bomb sales lady. And like, I had to really sell it to people. So I was like, okay, Dominique, you got to do something different. But it has to be like something that sells itself. So that's when I want to segue into the apparel, swimwear, underwear, because I love swimwear. If y'all haven't noticed, like I love swimwear, I love underwear, but it's always something that I be want to change every time I get it. So I was like, I gotta make my own so it can be my vision. Yeah. So that's the thing is, I actually partnered with like this guy I was dating, then we just became like really cool. And we're gonna do like a little line together.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm excited.
No, because honestly, especially being men of a particular letter of the alphabet, we love swimwear.
Yeah.
Swimwear, underwear, and socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our thing.
Where I can never have enough. Like, so yeah, I was asking people, like, they was like, when are you gonna do it? Like, when are you gonna do underwear? When are you gonna do it? I said, oh my God, like y'all still want, like they want more. And I'm just like, okay, like I'll do it because y'all are like killing me right now. But
look at that. They're beating down your door to give you $1.
You would have to go and force them to sell it. When I realized that they was beating down my door for that, I was like, okay, because I want to do that anyway. So I will put it out for y'all, and y'all do what y'all want with it.
Well, so, make sure you make enough.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be the thing. It's gonna go like that.
Totally.
And what I love is because there's another one of my babies. He has a brand called Apparel, and his name's Nelson Green. He is the model for his stuff. Like,
yeah.
People want to see it on you. Like see it on you.
My partner, he was like, "You got to be the face for the brand." And I was like, oh my, because I'm a creative at heart. And I was like, I just want to be behind the camera and I just want to like take the pictures. I want to get somebody else. But he was like, no, like that body, like that's what's going to sell it.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, but I really wanted somebody. I'm so sure.
He's absolutely right though. There are not, like, honestly, I've never seen it. Like, that's why, like, even when I first came across you, I was like, what? Like, it was amazing because it was amazing. It is beautiful, unique, melanated, skin lovely, body well built, arms and legs, proportion. Like I said to myself, I said, this man is an artist because he sculpts. You literally sculpt your physique. And it's like what bodybuilders do. It's what physique competitors do, where they get in there and they want a certain muscle to look a certain way. So they just working on that muscle and then they, over here and to build the symmetry. And it's crazy. How many abs do you have? Because I was looking at that damn picture, like, I was like,
I think I got like, is
it 10?
I don't even know, to be honest. Like people, I'm so embarrassed. Don't
be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed.
Oh, I don't even know, to be honest.
Oh, you're so bashful.
I'm like literally like people always be like, how do you get, it just happens. I think it's because I lift like so much heavy weight that like it just automatically get worked out.
Yeah. Wow. That's so funny. I paused because I like to let that sink into the audience's mind. But no, like you take such pride in your appearance. So, it's like you need to document it. You need to document it. And he's right, because ain't no model out here gonna look like you. Nobody. And they're gonna know your body. They're gonna know it, and that's what happens in fashion.
Yeah,
a woman, for the women, a woman is discovered for her nose, her eyes, her the symmetry. Christy Turlington, the symmetry of her face was crazy. Like Naomi, her legs, and the way she was like a panther.
Yeah,
and then she had that beautiful face to just sit on top of them legs, and this was man, like people like in this world. You can become so famous off of a body part.
Yes.
And and people say, oh, that's so vain. No, it's not. That's called the beauty industry.
It's the reality of it. Like, I'm a very realistic person. When people be so offended by that, I don't understand that. Like, I remember this guy shared when I used to be like heavy on Twitter.
Yeah.
I had deleted it. It had like 55,000 or whatever, but I was just over it because I just always felt like people was attacking me for no reason. This guy he shared my post and he was like, this is the type of guys that you guys are attracted to, and then like y'all just disregard me completely. but he made it seem like it was like a gay thing or whatever. But that's just in real life. Like men like women who are attractive. Like when a man gets rich, he go find the most attractive woman.
Yep.
They could, like beauty is like it's currency.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, I don't make the rules. I just, you know, it is what it is.
Who said it? Who said it? It's famous line from a song. I didn't choose the game chose me.
It chose me. I be trying to tell people, y'all mad at me. I did not make the rules.
Yes, I love how you say that.
It's a player in the game.
Yes, I love it. And
when people get so mad at Saweetie from like benefiting from pretty privilege,
yeah,
I'm like, make the rules.
Yeah.
Just so happen to fall under the better half of them rules.
Yeah.
Be mad at this woman from getting things because she is a beautiful woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's allowed.
Yeah.
It's allowed. Like so many people support beauty and support, like the beauty industry is $1 billion industry.
Right.
Fashion industry, $1 billion industry. Music, $1 billion industry. Film, $1 billion industry. Like it's like, get it. The obsession with celebrity culture, it proves it because our celebrities look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
They're distinguished. We don't have two celebrities, especially us, that look the same.
Right.
We're all different. There's an array of them, from Kerry Washington to Viola Davis to Tracy Ellis Ross to Cheryl Lee Ralph to Felicia Rashad.
Beautiful women.
Yes, Taraji P. Henson.
Angela.
Oh, please, Angela Bassett, Jennifer Lewis. Like they're all one of a kind. Halle Berry. We like that is what our world is about. And I'm sure there are people that favor them because, you know, bone structure does happen, but they're not them.
They're not them.
And I do that even with my guys. I hate to lose a guy because I'm like, yeah, I can find your aesthetic, meaning your face and similarities, because fashion, we know bone structure. I can find the bone structure again, but it's the personality, the charisma.
Right.
Like that's what will sell. Because it's like, they'll say like, okay, yes, he got a banging body, but he's so great. Like we love talking to him, we love listening to him, we love hearing him. It's what I did with my brand. It sealed my fate. They won't follow. Like, it's like the Bible says, my sheep hear my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. They will quickly be like, no.
This ain't it. This ain't it.
This is the Queen of Shade. This is where you got it from. So I remember when they used to do that. They used to do that all the time. And I'd be like, baby, leave them alone. Yeah. I still got to grow.
You're very distinct. Like, I promise, like you can just tell, hey, you was meant for that.
But you know what? I did a TikTok video today because I do my TikToks before I actually film the conversations. And I said, and I said to my audience, I said, I was born for this, but you were born for what you have to do. Your purpose and your destiny. You take the comfort and find the confidence in knowing you were equipped. I talked about my voice that people ridiculed and bullied me and beat me for, and my delicate bone structure and my cheekbones, and everything about me now is what has made me super successful.
Which is crazy. Once again, being born in Nebraska, me having big lips, me being dark skinned, my whole body type, like I was not, you know, it's Nebraska, it's a white Republican state or whatever. So I didn't fall under the beauty standards here. Like they overlooked me completely, you know. It was crazy. So now getting all this love with social media, like, of course with my grandma, my mom, like my grandma, my mom think I'm the finest thing walking, like, but that here, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, but that's just how it worked.
Yeah.
But social media, and they was just like, oh my God. I was like, wow.
because and you do it so well. Like the video I got two of them. One, you were standing there and it was like, I haven't posted anything in a while, so I'm gonna just post this. And you just looked at the camera and you're standing there in a jock and your legs look amazing. And I'm just like, everybody. And then there's one where I was going to pick it where you were standing by a pool and you were drinking water, and all you were doing was drinking water, but that body was like, like I was like, and get it, true people will see the beauty. It won't always be some kind of objectification. Like, no, this is beautiful. Like, and that's the thing. See, guys don't want to admit that we as guys, we look at other guys. You don't have to be gay. Like, you turn around and a guy will notice, oh, his quads or his biceps.
Yeah, it happened to me in the gym guys all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
They notice and they pay homage and tribute to it, because it's like, wow, damn, what did you do to get that? Because, you know, but for the most part, and I would venture to say with you, it's genetic. Yeah. It's genetic. You can build, like, I have friends, my buddy would kill me right now, Jonah Meme. He would kill me for saying it's genetic, because he's a fitness coach, and he's so good, and he can build a body. He can build it.
But I promise you, your body, like the proportions of it, how small your waist is, the bone structure underneath it is genetic. Yeah. So you become like muscular, you know, you can, like, you know, get big legs, but you're not going to be shaped like the next person. That's why when people be like, you're my body goals, I'm like, you got to become your own body goals, because I'm me, like you. Like, we don't got the same genetic pool, and I don't want you to be defeated if you don't get the same results as me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want you to tear yourself up. I want you to love you, be comfortable in your skin, you know?
But you see, that's the problem with the world. They compare, and I say they because I don't do that. They compare constantly.
Yeah, the comparison is joy.
It's the
thief of joy. I stay in my lane. Yeah. Like, when people be doing those, you know how people do those little Instagram things where they be like, some certain, you know, little Instagram profiles, they be like, who do you want, him or him?
Yeah, I don't get into that.
Ignore it, because don't compare me. I'm offended. Don't compare me to nobody. It's only one now.
Yeah.
So we, you know, celebrate it together, but compare, I don't like that, you know?
Yeah, I never did. I just post. This is what I see as I'm going. This is what I see. And they're like, oh my God, you know, but yeah, this is what I see. This is what I have seen.
Yeah.
Oh, like, so have you ever thought about, like, maybe relocating from Nebraska?
Oh my God, so absolutely. Toward the end of this year, beginning of next year, I don't want to say where. I'm definitely moving.
Okay.
Moving, like, I don't even know. Honestly, I was gonna move before the pandemic happened, but my state, when the pandemic happened, it was, you could literally still go to the gym, you could still go to the store, because we didn't get hit as hard.
Right.
So other states that I wanted to move to was like on lockdown. Like, there was no going outside. Like, it was given like I don't even know, like, it was empty on the street. Like, I seen like New York when the pandemic happened. I was like, oh
yeah.
Never.
Yeah, that was New York. That was like, people were literally at one point rolling bodies up to closed funeral homes and leaving the boxes in front of the funeral home. It was crazy. That was a crazy time. How did you get through the pandemic?
My family. Yeah. My nieces and nephews. Like, I love my nieces and nephews. That's why when you said you had a nephew, I was like, oh my God, like, I got through a lot of tough times with my family, you know what I mean? And that one, you definitely wanted to be around people. You wanted to, you know, laugh and, you know, work your way through it and just stay strong, because the pandemic was such a lonely time, especially if you live by yourself. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You literally feel like I Am Legend with Will Smith. Like,
and not in a good way.
You didn't have no dog either, so it was just you.
He said you didn't have no dog. Right. After the pandemic, I got a cat. I had to. Yeah. Just like, and I mean, and the great thing about it was my nephews were living in the house, because see, now they're grown, they moved out. But they were living in the house during the pandemic, and my grandmother is here. So, you know, now it's just me and her and the cat. But like, we had each other, but it was so crazy. Like, we had avoided, you know, the pandemic, and, you know, we wore our mask and did everything. And then my nephew, one of them, started working, went over to Jersey, because I'm in Philly, went over to Jersey. There was an outbreak at his job, and he brought it back to the house. And me and my grandmother got it, and it was terrible.
Really?
And they said to us that what we were experiencing was a mild case because we had gotten the shot.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, even the mild is tough.
Yeah, it wasn't mild. It wasn't, Dominique, it wasn't mild at all. And I was so scared for my grandmother, because she's 75. Well, she will be 75 in October.
I literally was avoiding my grandma so much when like she and this is after she got the vaccine, because the thought of me getting my grandma sick would have been too much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people lost, like we lost a lot of people that didn't have to die. We did. And it's unfortunate, but you know what? People will do what they want to do. I didn't understand why I'm not wearing a mask, and they were likening it to slavery. And I'm like, just wear your mask. Now it's so funny because now I go out to the stores and they wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It
wearing a mask.
really, they used to have in a way.
Yeah.
We black people of color, we used to, get, not having our way.
Yeah.
So
And having
when
to improvise.
as we like, cool. Then they was like, you're not gonna take away my rights. And woo, mind you, is people, being murdered out on the streets.
Right.
Next, and y'all, the biggest problem that y'all have is y'all don't want to wear a mask.
Right.
It's beyond me.
It just shows you the sad state of our country.
Yeah. The privilege of it all.
Yeah. And not even just the privilege, the white privilege. And
Yeah.
it's not, and get it, I go even further because I've talked about this online. It's not white privilege. It's Caucasian male privilege.
Absolutely.
Because even after what just happened with Roe v. Wade being overturned, they did that to white women too.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, you motherfuckers don't care or nothing about nobody else but yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the big boys club.
Right.
And it's just like, but I digress. I digress. But my thing is, and I used to get really nervous about it because I'm like, oh, with all that's going on, how can I live this fabulous life and, amass all of this fortune and my world is falling apart? Because, my job is to go and embrace the world and enrich the world and teach the world. And I'm like, but my grandmother always says to me, baby, the world is a large place. You don't have to do it here. You don't have to do it here. One of my dreams has always been to return my career to Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I'm going to do a few stops to other countries first, but then Paris is where I belong, especially for my working career. I will own property there. I want a chateau in the countryside. I want a really nice apartment in the center of the city. But I think I'll spend my time more in subtropical weather.
Yeah.
I want subtropical weather. Because, when you're working out and it's always constantly sweating, like, I like that. Keeps you thin and lean, Oh, my allergies. We made it through, though. We made it through.
You did great.
Yeah, we did. We made it through. It wasn't that bad. So I'm not going to complain. But, it's just, oh, my God. Sitting down with you has been amazing because we got to see a glimpse. We got to hear you speak. And I love that because I don't know where people got that idea that beauty denotes low intellect, because it doesn't.
It was so important for me to do this because I'm like, y'all really think I don't have other thoughts, but I show y'all because I feel like that is easy to show. Sex appeal, beauty, that's easy. The depths of someone, that's for people that I really love and care about. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that I got to finally speak.
Well, I'm so glad you chose to speak to me because I was very excited because I also follow you. So I knew, I was like, okay, he don't talk to nobody. Mm. But when you were like, oh, I'll do it. I'm like, because I asked at first and you were like, let me think about it. That was a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. Then I asked again and you were like, okay. All right. So I was like, and that's another thing. I'm very patient, especially with my boys, Black and Lab. I'm very patient because you guys have to do it when it feels right for you. You have to do it in your timing. So I'm very patient. I got a couple of people I've asked and they're like, well, let me come back to you. And I'm like, okay, I'll be here. Because it's my job. I get up every day and do this. Right. It's my job. It's my only job. So I got to do it. I got to do it. It's what I do. So I just knew. And that's the thing. They do double back and I'm still here. And we have amazing conversations for the public to watch. And the public loves them. The public loves them. Every single person that I've brought to this camera has proved to be, you included, a gem. A true gem. True. Yeah, you are. You are. You are. So I want to ask you a question because I usually don't. But I want to ask you, if you, for dreaming's sake, you know, I don't really make 5-year plans and things like that, because if you don't hit your 5-year plan the way you wanted to, then you start to doubt yourself.
Yeah.
It's a famous motivational speaker that taught me that. He's all over the internet. I can't remember his name right now, but he said that. He said, set objectives and conquer them. Don't set plans, because if you get there and you're not exactly in line, you're going to have problems. And that was my problem. When I had to leave college for medical withdrawal and mental illness, I was like, oh my God, I was supposed to do this by this age and this by this age and this by this age. I'm so glad I didn't give up though, because she got it not at once, she got it at last.
Mm-hmm.
At last. And at 40 years old, she got it. So I got the man, I got the man of my dreams. I've known him 20 years. We just started dating. Like I got everything. I got the career of my dreams. I got the man of my dreams. I got the family of my dreams. Like it's just coming. I'm just reaping so many wonderful benefits right now for not quitting.
Right.
So tell us, give me, so the question was, what would your life, if you could envision your life 5 years from now, what would it look like?
5 years from now, I really want kids. I'm not gonna lie. I want kids to be like in love.
Yeah.
I want to be well off. I want my business to be booming. Like I want it to be doing, and just in a different, clearly in a different state.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Well, listen.
I'm like Beyonce. You know how she just like, I just want to be happy. And I'm that type of person. However, whatever's going on in my life, as long as I'm happy, it doesn't even.
And happiness, it comes. And you know, happiness is actually a byproduct of success.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Because the more successful you become, the more confident you become.
Yeah.
The more confident you become, the happier you will be.
Right.
Because you believe in yourself and you don't need someone to pump you up every day and tell you a bad bitch. You know you're a bad bitch and you own that. So, you know, it's so amazing.
You are so wonderful. I love you. You are like.
I love you too. I love you too. I told you it was just going to be a conversation. I told you, I said, it's going to be great. I told you it's going to be great. I knew it before. I said, it's going to be great because I know who I am and I know you knew who you were. So as long as we knew who we were, then it was going to be a great conversation.
Amazing.
So give me 3 words that inspire and empower you.
Inspire and empower me. Integrity, love, and honesty.
Yeah.
Because I like being honest with myself and just other people. To me is just such it's just so empowering. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, you know, people be like, you know, they don't want to be honest with themselves because they don't want to deal with the reality of themselves. But once I became more honest with myself and my shortcomings and the things that scare me, it really made me more powerful. I truly believe that. Yes,
I agree. The day I embraced who I was, like literally, it just flamed on.
Yeah.
Just boom, like it was so crazy. It took me 15 years. I was in Paris and they told me, 17, they were like, you need to do the women's shows. Your body is very feminine and you need to do women's shows. And being indoctrinated as a young child, I just was I'm all the way in Paris, worried about what they was thinking, what my family was thinking of Philadelphia.
Yeah, ain't
that a mess? And then I didn't do it and I left. And only to 17, 18 years later, put on a wig and then my career just said whoosh. Yeah. When you're your most self, that's when it will like, yes. And you are fabulous. You're amazing. You're gorgeous. And I'm really rooting for you because the conversation that you have and what you stand for, I love everything about it. Thank you so much. And my boyfriend said that last night when we did our expose. He said, you know, one thing he loves about me is that I don't just show you the good. I show you everything. Mm-hmm. I tell you everything. Because my attitude is, you know, I have morals. Yes, I'm a gay man, but I have morals. Like I'm not gonna, you know, do anything that's gonna shoot my integrity to shit. Right. You know, but my thing is I tell my own story. I walked away from a machine in an industry that wanted to write my narrative. Right. And I said, I'm going to write, this is my life. Right. I own all of this. So why am I going to let you write the narrative?
Right.
And it was and it was long. It was long. It was hard. It was difficult. There were a lot of crying nights. There were a lot of hard, angry nights trying to get it together. But look at us now. Look at us now. Tell everyone, Dominique, where they can find you on social media, where you plan to actually start posting.
Oh, okay. So of course they can find me at Instagram at Dominique Drvco. It's DominiqueDrvco. I just made a new Twitter, so that's also at Dominique Drvco, the same spelling. TikTok, everything is the same. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the same username.
Yeah, I'm gonna put your link tree below this video.
So. Yes, thank you so much. So yeah, definitely follow me, and I'm so excited about what's to come. I really am, because I'm really in a place in my life where I don't mind sharing more of myself. So when you reached out to me, it was just like, this is like a sign. Like, I got to.
You're ready. Because also, when you share your authentic self, you meet the most amazing people doing the same thing you're doing.
Absolutely.
So you don't, because get it, my boyfriend said last night, he was like, if someone, using film terms, he was like, if someone shows you a pilot and it doesn't agree with what you stand for, what you want to endorse, you're not going to green light it.
Right.
You're going to shelve that. So it's the same way, when you're authentic with yourself and then people are authentic with you, it makes for easier connections. It makes for easier working relationships. It makes for easy collaborations, because this is a collaboration. We both own this. We both own this.
On the same time. We're at the same time.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want. And that is the beauty of individuality and authenticity. I thank you so much for talking.
Thank you. I'm so thankful that you reached out to me. I love this.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I think I was more nervous. Because I'm like, listen,
I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to say? I feel like I'm going to just sit there and look stupid. But no, like, you're just so inviting, and you give me no other choice but to just spill my truth.
Spill your guts. Spill your guts. But in a good way, because I stay away from things that people as entertainers or as, journalists, you ain't got no business. You ain't got no, now before you ask a question as a journalist, you ain't got no
right.
Do that. You already know. And as a famous person myself, being interviewed, having been interviewed, I'm not about to do to somebody what made me uncomfortable.
Right.
Ask you no crazy questions, because don't ask me no crazy questions, because I'm gonna tell you, baby, everything is on my social media. If you have a question, you ain't following me.
Yeah.
Because I told you already.
Oh, but.
Yeah, like that. And I find that no one can really point a finger at you that way. Nobody can say you did this. And I was telling my boyfriend last night, because he was like, you mean to tell me you don't want to go eat out at restaurants? I was like, no, I'll do takeout. And he was like, really? He's like, I want to sit in the restaurant. I was like, well, then they're going to have to close the restaurant down. And I meant it. They're going to have to close it. Server, the owner, the chef. And I talk to them, because my thing is I guard my energy. Like, one thing about me is you don't get to walk up on this bitch.
Right.
She did too much maintenance on herself for you to come and be upset or jealous or try to tear her down. She don't go for that. She don't stand for none of it. So you don't just get to see her out and about. Like, you don't get access to her like that. Like you said, I protect my energy. I have boundaries. So he was like, you mean to tell? I said, take out. I don't care. It'll be an upscale restaurant. If they ain't closing it down, I ain't going in.
Right.
Well, I ain't going in, because integrity, self-identity, self-awareness, self-actualization, those are the things I stand for. Because as a young gay man who was effeminate and bullied, I had to learn to be myself when nobody else wanted me to be. When they were hitting me in the head with rocks and stuff. I mean, I've had the worst stuff happen. Yeah. It's like, here I sit, I stand, and I got the man of my dreams. They tell you, oh girl, you too effeminate. You ain't gonna get this. Have you seen my boyfriend?
I'm sure he.
Okay, so and he's so smart. That's what turns me on about him. He's so smart.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I just love the intellect. I just love it. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of Mr. Dominique Drvco. Say goodbye, but don't go anywhere.
Bye.
Hold on.
So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on. Don't you make me take them off. I'm assuming first position. Wanna show you I'm a boss. I've been given 60 seconds just to put my thing down. I'll have you wanting my stilettos by the time I turn around.
Turn that TV down.